two, three, one, no.
Place and time and space. Place and time and space. Place and time and space. Place and time and space.
People, it's a distraction, people enjoy sharing.
Keep breathing. Just report whatever's coming up.
I know weird stuff might be a trigger for you. Weird sexy stuff might be a trigger for you.
Weird stuff is a trigger for you.
I'll protect you.
Be a trigger for you.
Weird stuff is a trigger for you.
I got you. Safe and secure.
And I know weird stuff might be a trigger for you.
Stupid or something? Are you 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 stupid or something? Or something? Are you stupid 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 or something?
Hey everybody. We know you aren't stupid because you're tuned in and there's nothing weird about it.
Welcome to There's Nothing Weird About It, starring The Trick and intern Pratt, better known as Cheap Hardware, as well as Captain Coyote and many others. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Nothing weird. How's it going?
I'm pretty good.
Personally, I am feeling great. Thank you for having me on the show.
I love it. Great. Wonderful. I mean, I hope everybody who's tuned in is doing okay. It's been a rocky week, of course, for everybody, as usual. But we wanted to take a moment to kind of touch base on some of the, what's going on now. A lot of times we're talking about things that maybe have set a precedent, kind of doing some context. People don't realize, propaganda works from the past forward, but it's important to talk about the current, before you get caught in the undertow, right? Teaching kids how to swim, junior lifeguards, things like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of current events right now. COVID tries to take over the whole, news feed. But there's a lot of other things that are going on as well. I've been doing some reading. I ordered my, well, actually, I didn't have to. I kind of got like a deal because it's like the Bezos Musk kind of thing. But I've been doing a little bit of reading. I got Wilhelm Reich's The Function of the Orgasm. I've got Simone de Beauvoir, The Second Sex. Trout fishing in America. Trying to catch some of that fishy. And I got Lolita, and I got some tarot, and I got, and the rest, the classics. But so that was all in preparation for Elon's new robot, which I guess we can start there. We can start there always. The robot.
How's it going tonight, Mr. Dick?
Fantastic. Are we? Is that you? Is that Coyote or is that
I do. Coyote's been away for a while.
Carl.
It's Carl? Yeah.
It's your mate Carl.
happy to see you again.
Coyote's been out for a while. I don't know when he'll be back. It's hard to say.
Yeah. He's AFK. No one's heard from him for quite a while.
Yeah, he's able, he's AFK. He's been that way for a while now. Ever since his resurrection during the Easter time. It's been, I mean, I don't have to repeat the narrative. You guys know. You fucking know.
What was that again?
I mean, like, what, have you guys heard from Coyote recently? I haven't heard from Coyote recently.
No, yeah, I hear the calls. I hear the coyote calls every now and then, but I don't hear anything in response.
I know, it's sad.
I put up a lot of missing poster signs in my community, so I'm not sure if those are going viral yet. I tried to make them as close to kind of like those ones where you can take something. Have you seen this man? And they take it, but nothing.
I think it's strange, though, that he's a captain, and none of the members of his crew have come out with any new information about Captain Coyote.
It's a little suspicious, but I can understand wanting to keep a wraps on it too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He has like a burner phone. He has a burner phone. I'm gonna try to get in touch with him. He has that burner phone. I'm gonna see if he answers, and if he does, I don't know, like maybe next week or something like. Maybe he'll come through. Hard to say.
Hard to say. But anyway, like I was saying, I mean, have you been doing much preparation? Because I'm sure that you've got a bot on the way, right? A mail order STEM girl, as I like to call them.
Right? I mean, yeah. I already plotted it out. It's gonna get me Lyft route. It's gonna get me Uber route. It's gonna get me Whole Foods, all my Amazon Prime delivery is gonna go through my bot, and the bot is gonna take over. She's gonna be one of my Prime e-girls, She's gonna be one of my fucking Prime e-girls. You know what I'm saying, mate?
Oh yeah. The Amazon Prime e-girls. I mean, to get on some other current events, this is why they had to shut down OnlyFans, right? Because the Amazon e-girls are coming out. And they're Prime. They are Prime. So, it reminds me of something that a past guest of ours was talking about, Harvey, the hybrid. He was talking about early on in the quarantine situation, obviously, there was that article that came out that said, what's suffering through this the most is that sex between couples, and so there was a big drought going on, right? And either you had a pod partner or you were just out there in the desert. And our friend Harvey, he was telling us about how to crush pods. Which was really cool, kind of
yeah, that was cool.
It was a cool. I thought that was good advice, basically of just having how to.
I mean, I went out there with Harvey. I crushed some pods with him. It was really fun. It was toy.
Absolutely, and then what he was saying too was just you at first it seems what is this, but actually you're kind of these are pretty cool. The pods are pretty cool. So I think that similar things are going to happen with the AI bots. At first, people are going to be a little bit hesitant,
I know it's pretty cool.
Exactly. People are gonna warm up to it,
Don't judge.
No. And I think that the coolest thing is that you can kind of teach them a lot of things. Oftentimes, you can like teach. It's like kind of having a Tamagotchi. You can teach them what to do. This is why, again, like, I'm gonna give them these books. Lolita, I'm gonna like make them read all these books. I've read them, you know, get them on the tarot tip, and all this stuff, because that's important. I want my AI to kind of understand me, because you know, there's really nothing worse though, like when you're climaxing with somebody and you know that they just don't get you. So I think that if Elon wants to really, like, I don't know, make sure that this is working, that he needs to really, you know, hone in the AI. But I think that he's got it, you know, he's a brilliant coder. And so I think that we can expect a lot from Elon in the future, and Grimes. I'm looking forward to what our kid is going to be up to pretty soon here, you know, pretty soon. But anyway, but I mean, the OnlyFans thing, I wanted to talk about that too, because that's a big part of this. I mean, so, you know, not a lot of people realize the kind of the symptomatic nature of the relationship between these two events, right? Of OnlyFans, basically, they're not going to allow child porn on their website anymore. They made that pretty clear. And so now, what are we going to do? Well, people are going to have to move to the AI bot, but I mean, how classist can you get? Okay, like it's like such a classicist point of perspective, really, to have things like that.
Like class reductionism for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I can't afford a bot. I can barely afford to tip the Chatterbait girl, you know. So what's gonna happen? I can barely afford the OnlyFans, right? So I think that a lot of guys are probably just going to commit suicide pretty soon.
Pretty much, like all the tech boy folks are gonna commit them suicide soon.
I'm hoping that there's another platformer for them to jump onto, you know, leapfrog onto.
But I mean, you know, ContraPoints had a good assessment of how they might help themselves, so hard to say.
I love that game. It was a great game. I learned a lot from that game.
Yeah, ContraPoints.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nature bow hunt for you here on the Milk River, Montana. And my first Montana whitetail, in fact, my first western whitetail ever. I've hunted whitetails a lot of places and finally got the opportunity to come out here with the Real Tree crew and just had an unbelievable hunt. As I said earlier, we were hunting a transition zone in here. As far as coming from dead to feed, we had alfalfa out here and a big thicket back here. And what we did, and I think is a really good point to make about a hunt like this, is a lot of times people are hunting a feeding area try to move in deeper and deeper off there because they feel these mature bucks, you know, are not going to come out real early. They're going to kind of stage back in there where they do. But in this situation, you've got a short topography here. You look at that on the aerial photo and all, and see you don't have much brush back here. So if you go too deep, you're going to bump them out of your bedding area. So that's why we set up here pretty much on the edge. And so we had a short transition zone there, and it worked out perfect. And I think one of the things that really helped us was the weather cooled off. We had some thunderstorms roll in, a cold front. That change in weather, boy, really turns the deer on a lot of times. This buck came in, made a scrape. We did a little rubbing, as you can see there, and made them move earlier and move better. So, unbelievable hunt, just tremendous. 4 o'clock deer, mature buck. Awesome hunt in Montana. That's what it's all about.
Well, there it is, Mike, your first poking young buck. Now we switch gears and go to the Midwest where we join up with Jackie Cottle. Now, Jackie's something else with a bow and arrow, and he's won almost every major bow tournament that's held in the United States. For now, he takes his bow skills to the test and goes hunting with Judd Cooney, who's got some land lease for his whitetail operation, and he's going to try to take a nice buck with a bow and arrow.
Jackie sees a smaller buck work the edge of the field. Right now,
this is the week right prior to the rut. These bucks are really cruising, looking for receptive does. Jackie's got his stand set
right on the edge of the field, looking over some scrapes. You can see where the perimeter that these deer are coming through. Jackie catches some movement back
back in the bush, and he gets up and hopes that it's a good buck coming his way. Oh yeah, it's a nice buck. It is, it's definitely a nice buck. Jackie gets ready for the buck to present a shot.
Fred and I have sex at least twice a week and he doesn't wear a Fred and I have sex at least twice a week and he doesn't wear a condom. My boyfriend and I have sex at least twice a week and he doesn't wear a condom. Boring.
A, B, C, D.
Great shot, Jackie.
Nothing fucking weird about that, baby.
Life is to live gay, born gay.
Strike me as someone that would be into men. Strike me as someone that would be into men. Strike me as someone that would be into men. Strike me as someone that would be into men. Strike me as someone that would be into men. Strike me as someone that would be into men. Strike me as someone that would be into men.
Hello, I'm Lucius. Hello, I'm Lucius.
Check.
Hello, I'm Lucius.
Welcome back.
Hello, I'm Lucius. 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 Hello, I'm
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Oh my gosh, it's a full moon. I don't know if you realize, but it's a full moon.
How's it going? We
It's
got
a full moon today. Yeah. Is it really today? It's a full moon? Yeah. Could have sworn it was yesterday. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's tonight.
That's great. I love that. We had a couple of people who were calling in actually. People don't know the number. It's 707-572-5133. If you want to give us a phone call. But yeah, we've got a couple of buddies that kind of tuned in here too. Maybe we can get the intern over here. Let's get the intern over here to do some video work for us here. Let's see. Can you take us over to the computer screen for a minute? No, not there. Last one on the right. There he is. Alright, he's waiting on the line for us, so I'll see what he says here. This is a guy named Chris who's calling in here. We're gonna see what he says.
Oh, am I on? Okay. Hey, my name is Chris. I just noticed that you guys have a lot of very confused young men in the chat. I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit here. So, I just think that there isn't enough emphasis on manhood, and you have a lot of these young men in here which are getting a lot of mixed messages, and you're having a lot of these various characters and such, and lots of flashy things happening. But what's happening is that this is mostly a very large cultural thing, and the CRT and so many things are involved in this. Is that the young men are no longer being young men; they're something else entirely, and we're not even sure what that is anymore. Like, they're completely mutated from what normal young men once were. So I just kind of worry the influences being happening. So, and you have these young men here, and we have to kind of think about them as like Cub Scouts. You guys are Cub Scout masters, so as a Scout master, it's your responsibility to oversee manhood in a very productive and meaningful way. So when you go into the tent and you get things figured out with the boys, you need to make sure that you're providing the emphasis of what manhood actually means. So it seems like there's a lot of mixed messages here, and you're hearing a lot of CRT in there, and a lot of different things that are happening right now that are very disturbing, very, very undermining to what actually maleness and manhood should be. And I just think that we're losing what that is. I feel like even myself, like I'm getting lost in just by constantly going through all this material all the time, and I just don't even know what to do. I can't even keep up anymore. So, and I see what's going on in places like this stream and other streams, and I get really concerned. So I just want to put in my 2 cents here. So I just want to make sure that you guys are putting in some right messaging here.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to get through, and that even though you seem like you're pretty busy,
appreciate your patience.
That I'm able to at least have some kind of a working message here. So
appreciate your patience.
And one thing I really want to stress is that with this no FAP issue, really no FAP. Okay, what you need to do is preserve your longevity for a woman that will be your wife. She will mandatorily be your wife. Like, she will be mandated to at some point, maybe not right now, but some point in the future. And you guys just need to wait for that. You need to slow down and just realize and just build the perfect Minecraft world, whatever you need to do at this point in order to get ready. Just clean, like some other codes say, clean your room. That's very important. And just to emphasize, restore your energy. Save your life force. Your life force is the most important thing that you could possibly have. And it's no joke. It is absolutely no joke. Okay, and this isn't some kind of a weird astral crystal mom type of theory. No, what you need to do is store up your muscle energy, and if you feel the urge to, watch your favorite porn star, and honestly, that's gonna all go away soon. It's all going away. Look at OnlyFans. Look at OnlyFans. It's all going away. So, just everyone needs to get back into square one position, understand where we're at as a species. Okay, this is what we need to do. So all the young men need to understand their maleness and feel their maleness, but without feeling it. Feel it in a normal way, not in a unrational and animalist. Well, animals, but not in animals in the way that animals would stroke themselves, but animals in the way that humans are that would not stroke themselves. They would preserve their longevity for the inevitable mate that will come to them when the time is right and when all the cards have aligned, but not in a spiritual or crystal mom sort of way. So I just want to make sure that all messengers, I'm just checking in, and I know that a lot of different influencers seem to be checking in as well, and I just wanted to get in on this, and I hope that your audience isn't being led in the wrong direction in any way. That's all I really have to say. That's about it.
Well, first of all,
it's me.
I gotta ask you something. I don't mean to be rude, Chris. I don't mean to be rude at all, but sorry.
Okay.
Chris,
hey,
get off the line.
My name is Chris.
Yeah, get off the line. I know. Chris, I don't want to sound rude, okay, but are you a soy boy by chance? Because it's not what you're talking about. Some concerns there. Because I feel like you're leaving out a big part of the equation, which is the new bots. But as far as leading our audience astray, no. You can trust this source, this stream. These are clean drinking waters right here. The spring, spring bringeth forth. So, no, Chris, I don't think that we're leading anyone astray. We always, are recommending George Peterson, a lot of these guys that I think that you're into as well. So I can kind of gauge where you're coming from. Which, you might want to try the all-beef diet. I saw someone doing that the other day where they're just eating like a plate of beef, It seems like probably a good thing for some people. What do you think about that, Carl?
I mean, it's kind of up to the individual. Like, we have, our collective ideas of what we should do, but sometimes it boils down to the individual.
Like it's processed the yoga, I don't have the same dialectical track as this next bloke. So, I'm open. I'm as open as the next fucking guy. Right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So we got somebody in the chat here saying that everyone knows that the life force is kept on the bedroom floor, so you gotta keep it clean. Yeah.
Make sure that you keep your bedroom clean. Because that's the only space that you'll ever own. In the future, you won't have the kitchen. You won't have the bathroom. You'll only have the bedroom.
Will it be self-contained inside the pod, We'll all be inside our own pods. Which again, so why Harvey's important, and why it's good that these people start experimenting. They start getting comfortable with pods, and bots and stuff like that, because
having mods on your phone. That's part of the future.
It is. It is the future. We're living in it now. And then what else is going on? What else is going on besides this? We you know,
Beautiful time.
yeah.
It's a rich time to live in.
What's say again?
It's a rich time to live in, you know. It's like the Chinese parable, may you live in interesting times. May you live in interesting times.
May you too. And I think that a big part of that, I mean, is just kind of thinking about what's going on in the current events. You know, staying on the pulse. You know, looking at what the new memes are, seeing what is going on Twitter. And if you're not really doing that, you're really not staying abreast. And it behooves you to stay abreast. So, I think that I'm thinking that, well, what do you, Carl, tell us about the Taliban. What up, Lever? Nothing weird about it. We're talking current events. You know, speak your mind, you know, tell us what you're thinking about, because there's a lot of shit going on right now. We were just talking about the bots. We're getting into now the Taliban. Because do you not think though? I mean, I wonder if there's a connection too between the OnlyFans, the bots, and the Taliban, and the veiled girls.
Yeah.
The Afghani women.
I'm sure there's a connection. I'm pretty sure, like 100%, but like about the disconnect, the going public, you know, it's like a Visa, MasterCard had to approve OnlyFans going public as a public company, and you know, they're like, oh, no, we can't approve your sex acts, but as it turns out, that's what makes the world go around. So, you know what? We're on a new epoch. This is the new epoch, you know? It's like the age of Aquarius, but it's actually the new epoch. So it's like time within time within time within time within time. And that's where we're at, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Doing it. Like real time, like IRL, man. IRL.
Taliban has taken over OnlyFans. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. I mean,
yeah,
we touched base on this a little bit last week with about, you know, some of this revenge of the nerds and what they're doing to the girls in STEM. You know, these humiliation rituals, turning them, you know, making them learn Elven, and the things that they
that's actually what birthed the frogs. All the frogs came from that movie. All of 8chan, all of 8 all of 4chan came from the Revenge of the Nerds. You know who came up with that theory? You know who?
I haven't heard that theory. Drop it on me.
Marcus Matthews. He came up with that theory.
Okay, we've had him on the show before, actually.
Yeah. The whole idea that Revenge of the Nerds birthed the frogs. He birthed the Tech Lord. He birthed the Frog Lord. He birthed all the frogs. He brought them
into the fold. And that's how it all happened. It was that Revenge of the Nerds thing. It was like a biblical moment of sorts. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what Marcus said. I hope to hear from Marcus. I hope to hear from Captain Coyote. I hope to hear from so many blokes. I mean, where's Grandma been at? What has, I worry about all these Xander. Where's Xander? I mean, it's all these blokes I'm so worried about that we just lost touch with. It's been a hard year, Mr. Tech. It's been a hard year indeed.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And so there were some TikTok nurses that were headquartered in Kabul, one of our sources are saying here, which makes a lot of sense. This is why we get the Afghan and China TikTok connection, okay? I think that there's it's like a combination of like a TikTok troll farm, cam girl, you know, situation where they're all in a big warehouse and they kind of, it's like they're just shooting different shots in different spots. Yeah, you know, and it's kind of like when they were shooting the moon landing, basically. You know, you've got these different sections in the warehouse where different things are going on. If you were to look from afar, or it's like that movie, Cynic Doshi, New York, where it just builds and builds and builds and builds all these little spots, and it's, you know, that's what you would find if you go into one of these warehouses. There's cam girls in some of them are like a TikTok house, some of them are like conservative trolls, like this guy that we've got on camera right here, and so this is how the culture wars are playing out now. You know, everything is astroturfed. So you gotta be wary. You gotta be real wary. See, Goddess Emily Pineapple says the only solution is the floor. Wait, the floor with talk, with porn, like real-blooded American. Yeah, I'm having some trouble seeing with my glasses here. They just don't work as well. They're all scratched up. But that sounds right. That sounds right. I mean, that brings me to something I was thinking about too. Over here somewhere. Which one? Which one was this that was about this whole setup where they made a movie? They made a movie set. Argo? That was it, right? Yeah. I'm gonna put that on. This is kind of like what I'm talking about, you know, people. It's just a little video on YouTube here. That's... Yeah. Click over to Switcher 4.
When the movie Argo came out.
Switcher 4. There she is.
When the movie Argo came out, people immediately started asking, did that really happen? Did CIA actually create a fake movie studio with a script and a production company? The CIA created this cover to exfiltrate 6 U.S. State Department employees out of Tehran, Iran. They had taken refuge in the homes of Canadian embassy employees after militant Islamic students took over the U.S. embassy. With fake documents and disguises, the CIA entered Iran to exfiltrate the Canadian Six, as they became known. With the help of a motion picture consultant, our team set up essentially a dummy company, Studio 6 Productions. We set up shop on the old Columbia studio lot in California. We started going through scripts and found one called Argo, with original artwork by Jack Kirby of the Marvel Universe. It was really perfect for our team because it had sort of this sci-fi Middle Eastern theme to it, which terrain-wise worked perfectly for our team to go
kind of exotic
at scouting locations to film this movie. President Jimmy Carter had to sign off on this plan, which was created by CIA officers that were in the Office of Technical Services. The plan was to go in as a movie studio, scouting film locations. Something so ridiculous that they thought it would not raise any suspicion. On the morning of January 28, 1980, they went through the airport, got on the plane, and safely were in the air. Once they were out of Iranian airspace, a sigh of relief came over the entire crew.
Okay. That gives us a little idea of what's going on here, right? So, if they're willing to do that, I'm sure they'd be willing to do some...
Did you know that the phrase, "we can neither confirm nor deny," started right here at CIA?
Excuse me, Hood. Oh, stop doing that. Don't do this to me.
Known as the Glomar response, this was the CIA's reply to the press after
This is
we
what they like to do.
the...
This is what they like to do.
Did you know that the phrase, "we can
Intern,
neither
I'm down
confirm
here.
nor deny," started right here at CIA?
I can't stop this video. What are you doing to me, kid? Okay. Hey, your wife said something weird. It's Tick here. we're talking about setting the scene, you know, how to set places, get everybody in their positions. You know, we've got these inflatable airplanes that we used in World War II, and a lot of wars, setting the scene, the theater of war, you know. We're in the theater of war right now. This guy, see, this guy's a red hat, clearly. They still haven't found him. He was in on the Jan 6 stuff. If you do recognize him, please call Dr. Fauci immediately. Because this guy is definitely not vaxxed. Okay. What? What's wrong? Something happened to our intern. What happened? Glomer? What? Was that an autoplay? What the hell happened there? Yeah, I guess that one. God damn.
The CIA uses all source intelligence.
Of course they do. Which is a good question, right? This brings into question sometimes, you know, sometimes it feels like you're just a tool. It's being used in the machine. What are they gonna do with what you say? How could it be used against you? Maybe there's some things you said that could kickstart a podcasting career. Or what else is there? I don't know. Either you get canceled or you get a podcasting career, essentially, in a new gig economy. Or, see, I think this is gonna be a thing now that the bots are here. Plus, with the Taliban running the bots, you know, if the Taliban gets control of the code of the fembots, we're gonna have an Austin Powers situation on our hands. No shit, you know what I mean? Shit is gonna hit the fan. Where is Miss Daddy? Everyone's asking, where's Miss Daddy? Everyone's asking. I gotta do this to read. The fembots set up Virgil, Texas, yeah, and then... But, yeah. So Brianna Gay is definitely a Black Ops agent. She's probably an agent of like the Moorish Temple. And you know, this goes deep. What they did to Virgil. Just because he looks Asian and his last name is like, you know, Texas or whatever. Or, you know, we talked about this before. It's not to dox him, but just in case. And you know, it's like you can't keep raw dogging. But I don't want to get into that too much because I hate drama. I hate drama, you know. I like current events, but I don't like drama. Okay? It's like that Kendrick Lamar meme where he's like looking at the one thing and then he's looking at the other thing and saying he doesn't like it, you know? I love Kendrick. He's like really conscious. And so that to me is like cool. But let's see. I mean, we were talking about the Taliban. We're talking about fembots. I mean, the fembots are like really gonna do it in, because not a lot of people understand, but okay, yeah, you're right, that's right. We got some other callers that we put on hold, I guess, huh, didn't we? Pat, you gotta tell me about these people earlier before they get all angry. They get all angry at me.
Sorry you brought that.
Yeah, I mean, they get angry at me, and then it's like, I didn't realize you've been on hold for 20 minutes. Sorry. Not my fault. Yeah. So here's Cucumber Steve. He's the recalling guest. We love Steve. Get us back on the computer over there, boy. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, it's me, Cucumber Steve.
There he is. Hey Stevie.
How you doing today?
Stevie Wonder.
Been a pretty wild few weeks, you know. Seems like a lot going on in the news, you know. So, yeah, get a lot happening overseas. The war, you know, long war, you know. A lot going on there, you know. A lot happening in Cuba too. Yeah. Venezuela. Yeah. So, anywhere where there's minerals, resources, it's pretty wild. But what do I know? I'm just a cucumber.
You may learn to know anything about farming.
So, yeah. How about what do you? You know, a little question. You know, I'm just a cucumber.
Shoot, Steve.
Curious cucumber.
What do you think? You know, a lot of CIA involvement in various. You know, a lot of cool stuff going on.
So.
If I weren't a cucumber, I would join the CIA. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, honestly, they seem like
who knows?
they've changed their ways.
Maybe because I am a cucumber, I could be totally recruited. You know, and just an unsuspected cucumber here. That's all I am. Yeah, well, you know, Cucumber Steve, I got plenty of jokes. Might be an agent, might not. You know.
You're pretty inconspicuous.
One thing's for sure, I'm not going to be a victim of an antivirus. You know, because I'm just a cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
So, you know, I mean, that's pretty serious, though. I don't know. Yeah.
It is.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
It's not something to joke about, Steve.
Full moon tonight. You know.
That's what I heard.
You know, I'm not sure what that does to cucumbers.
I heard it makes them pretty engorged.
Maybe I'll turn it into something else. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe, you know, put me in a jar and see what happens. Put me under full moonlight. Well, I'm just.
Listen to this guy, people.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say.
Wow! Can't believe it. I'm actually on the stream. Before I get ahead of myself, my name's Gerald. Wow, you guys.
This guy broke on, Gerald.
You got a really cool thing going on here.
Gerald's on.
Wow, so very fancy and whatnot.
Hey, Daryl.
Cool. Wow. Hey, you guys ever do any gaming?
Yeah.
All
the time.
Gaming. It's
every day.
I mean, I like listen to politically provoked, infrared, Hassan. Like I watch everything. I mean, I'll excuse it. I don't care. Like I basically go through all the channels. So I'm just kind of channel surfing right now. What are you guys all about? It's very colorful in here. And so wow, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, we do a bit of things. I mean, we've been talking about current events tonight.
Hey, what's that over there?
What?
What is that?
What's that?
That's cool, man. What? Is that what I think it is? Damn.
There's nothing there.
Oh,
Please
man.
do not look
That's
there.
That's cool. Hey, you guys get any self-help kind of? I really, I like, Jordan Peterson.
If you listen to this show,
me,
it's a neuro-linguistic programming application
flies and stuff flying
on your
around,
phone.
So
download the app.
At least got rid of most of the flies. So yeah.
Yeah. Well.
But
that's cool.
Cool. I mean, I hope you keep watching.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot
That's
going
actually,
on
I mean,
here.
that's just my refrigerator.
Pretty loud
We're
stuff.
just like miking the refrigerator right now.
Okay, well, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
I don't
glad
wanna,
you like it.
I don't want to bug you or anything. Yeah.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Just checking in.
Like
I'll come back and check on things, guys. Wow.
Subscribe to
I'm sorry. I don't know if I.
Patreon.
All right, my bad. Sorry.
Bouncy.
You know, why you not answering the door? Why you not?
No. Intern has got to screen some of these callers because they just start and it's like, dude, you can't just go off at me, you know? You can't just start talking at me. These people, I gotta take a break because I really want to address both those calls. First of all, let's start with just the most recent one here. We love to have people tune in who are like new to the stream, but like if you got homework to do and you've not been keeping up, go check out the backlogs. Subscribe to the Patreon because you got a lot of catching up to do. Okay? That's what I'm going to say about that. But back to our other caller. I appreciated that call. Who was that again that called?
That was Gerald.
Daryl? Okay. Yeah, right. Gerald. No, wait. Okay. What did he say again?
I mean, yeah, just like various songs. He was kind of all over the place, you know?
Oh no, Cucumber Steve, wasn't it? Wasn't it Cucumber Steve?
Oh, Cucumber Steve. Who does
It was Cucumber Steve that called us. And he's a little bit of an asshole. But what the thing that you gotta realize is that, you know, he loves to play these these multiple characters. Like he's teasing us, right? He's teasing us with his pickle, doing a little like, I'm Pickle Rick, but like not saying it, but just alluding to it, just a little bit, and it's like, okay, we get that, like that's how you infiltrated it all, you know, but man.
She's going fucking off the rails, you know? I mean, we got so many fucking staff members at this point on the team.
Do you think? I think he's working with Tom DeLonge.
She told Tommy Bond, she's like, oh, he's hot.
Yeah, Steve did want to know a little bit more about CIA involvement in Afghanistan. That was his question. Thank you, Lover, for reminding us. And I mean, we kind of addressed that a little bit, I think, right? With the OnlyFans and how that's the pipeline there.
You were the callers that were talking about OnlyFans. I mean,
You're the caller?
Say again?
Next caller.
Yeah, I think there was a few callers that were talking about OnlyFans. Other than,
We sincerely apologize for any delays that you may be experiencing calling into. There's nothing weird about it. We hope to resolve these technological delays within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
was
Please check our status page at status.there'snothingweirdaboutit.com. All technological issues will be addressed in due time in the order that they are submitted. Thank you for remaining a loyal customer. There's nothing weird about
It's a little service announcement right there. Thank you. Little service announcement. And I think that's fairly interesting too, that they shamed Biden for pulling out. Because basically the difference was that Biden pulled out like a coward, whereas Trump threatened to come inside but you knew he was gonna pull out because he doesn't want to have another kid, right?
Do not come.
So the Fertile Crescent
Do not come.
just was waiting, and they ran a train on her, right? I mean, so now we're seeing what Biden's doing, and he told her he was gonna do a cream pie, but he's obviously not, and I think that kind of disappointed the media. I think people were looking for that shot. So I think that had a big role to play in, how the media received what Biden's been doing, because Biden's been doing a lot of just heavy pre-cum energy, not a lot of climax, just a lot of dribble. Yeah, that's very true. Tom Lemon is sad he didn't get his cream pie.
I got cum in my eye.
Yeah.
I got cum in my eye.
What the?
I got cum in my eye.
You don't come.
Momo, don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo.
Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't play tennis, Momo. Don't pl
The pigeon camera is one of our older artifacts where parts of the mission are actually still classified. But what I can tell you a little about is why we chose this animal and how it was deployed. The CIA can learn a lot from reconnaissance photography, and with planes like the U-2 and the A-12 and satellites like Corona in the sky, the CIA had a window into a whole new world of intelligence. But unfortunately, those planes are taking photographs from incredible heights. So if we wanted to get into a target area with more detail, the CIA was going to have to get creative and return to the animal kingdom again. The CIA's Office of Research and Development created a camera small and light enough to be carried by a pigeon. With the camera attached to its breast, the pigeon would fly over a target area on its return home. With the pigeon being a common species, it was able to conceal itself as an intelligence collection platform among thousands of other birds. Pigeon imagery is taken from hundreds of feet above the target, whereas planes like the A-12 and the U-2 were taking photographs from tens of thousands of feet, and satellites like Corona were miles above the target. The pigeon camera allowed the CIA to have a much more detailed view of what was going on in the area. The camera could begin taking pictures immediately upon release, or it could have a preset delay. The camera took a series of images at a set interval, and there was actually a small battery-operated motor that advanced the film and cocked the shutter.
So this is Black History Month. Blacks in Government is open to any agency officer who wants to be a part of what we call BIG. Blacks in Government, like the other ARGs, seeks to serve the African American community at CIA, but it is a little different in respect to some of the other agency resource groups in that Blacks in Government exists outside of the agency. So it is a regional and a national and even an international organization. In that light, it gives officers the opportunity to network with officers who are employed at other government agencies. The African American presence here at CIA is deep and rich, and I would encourage anyone and everyone to know something about that history and the value that we have brought to this agency over the past 70+ years. Thank you.
Black hole sun, won't you come and give us all a crown? Black hole sun, won't you come and fuck my girl? Think about all this. Think about these connections here. We got Elon Musk makes the robot. It's a sex robot. We got blacks in the CIA. We've got blacked. We've got the ARG program within the CIA. Tell me this stuff is not connected, people. I mean, whew. And I see, I'm not, like, against any of this, you know, I just, like, want to tell people that it's going on.
I just want to
There we go,
spread the
black
word.
accelerationism. I think you're anticipating, actually, something we were going to be talking about. We got our guest here, you know, Lever, or our you know, a viewer, you know.
Lever?
Lever's, you know, black accelerationist.
Please.
And I love this. I love this because we were going to talk about something about accelerationism. I think we're going to talk about that a little bit. But
Yeah, that would be great.
But what else is on the agenda? Okay, so something else that we were talking about. What's this house in Abi, huh? Tell us about this, Carl.
So, I mean, you know, there's a lot of scrutiny that's happening in the leftist circles. So, Halsanobi recently bought a house and he got doxxed, and infrared and all bread tubers are just losing their mind. And, you know, it's like I say, like, it's just, I mean, who the fuck cares at this point?
You telling me that bread tubers? Somebody's upset that someone didn't do the dishes in the bread tube house. Is that what happened?
Didn't do the dishes at the mansion. If they make a mansion,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I didn't mean to leave anybody out, but I mean,
fucking McMansion, I mean, fucking who cares? Yeah, so who the fuck fucking cares?
It's like, get over it.
Get the fuck out of there, dude. It's like, okay, so some fucking bread tuber.
Some W streamer has a fucking McMansion.
in the words of Ayn Rand, let them eat cake. I mean, fuck off.
Oh man, that's a new thing. That's a dead joke.
But here's the cool thing. It's 8:21. 8:21.
Whatever happened to autonomy?
We got cancelled for saying that the United States deserved 9/11,
and that Dan Crenshaw deserved to get his eye socket fucked with a penis.
Well, you know, okay, this is a little bit of a preview because we.
Today is 8/21. It's the 2-year anniversary of Kenobi.
We got 9/11.
9/11 talks about 9/11, but it's the 2-year anniversary, and
road rules. Road house. What's that show called? House.
It's the thing, mate. You know,
Real world. Thank you. Music on music. Those real world. Because are we not living in the real world now? Is this not the real world? We are now in IRL in the metaverse.
IRL. Fucking Dan.
Okay, Carl.
Fuck that.
Carl.
8:21.
Carl, you're gonna make me have to turn you down.
Fuck it. 2-year anniversary. Fucking Dan Crenshaw.
Carl, you're clipping the mic. Please, come on. But please.
2-year anniversary of fucking Dan Crenshaw.
Listen, it's not.
Carl, please turn your microphone down.
It's not all bad, okay? It's the 10-year anniversary of Occupy, okay? So there's something to be excited about. Okay? It might be the 20-year anniversary of 9/11, but it's the 10-year anniversary of Occupy. So what does that tell you? It's still the youth against the older generation, right? This 10-year gap. Okay? And what we're gonna fix is we're gonna like shorten that gap. We're gonna get that a lot smaller in the future. So there's not a lot to worry about, man. I swear. I know it seems bleak, okay, but it's like Occupy. Do you remember how powerful of a movement that was? All over the world. Anarchists, communists, red pillars, anons, teabag partiers. You got a lot of different people that were coming together, building a coalition of a will to power. That what was that power going to do? It was going to, like, everybody was going to finally find a girlfriend. And it was going to be the alchemical wedding for everybody. Like, everybody was going to find their other half, and it should have been like that, but it didn't. Why didn't it work like that? Well, because 2012 had to come along, and the Ascended Masters obviously told us all about that, but that's what happened. We got, it was a lot of edging, and it was like blue balls. We're living in a blue balls period right now. This is why the colors have changed from the hues, blue to purple, because our balls are getting chips. Pulsating, right? I mean, they're just throbbing with thrill, really. At this point, it's like the cum has turned into black goo. But what is that black goo? It's actually free energy.
It's revolution.
This is how free energy gets to the people. We all come in the cambot.
Do not come.
And
it's called revolution.
When it comes back out, it's free energy. You can harvest that stuff.
My brain is going to... Why are you doing that, Trick?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's...
Give me your hands.
Hey, fucking landlord keeps bothering you. And so
yeah, he does, doesn't he? I know, he's calling me right
Kelly
now.
Cooper, he's trying to fucking jump through the window again, isn't he?
He has. Yeah,
He's
hi.
trying.
Hi, Kelly. Alright, here he is, Kelly Cooper, the Eureka of... or the landlord of Eureka, everybody. He owns Eureka.
Landlord of Eureka.
Hey, why you not answering the door? Why you not answering the door? It's your landlord, dude. Hey, it's your landlord. Hey, Tick, whatever your name is. Hey, I'm your landlord, dude.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey,
if I come in the window, I'll go into the window, okay?
I paid rent 5 days
see
ago.
That over there? That's a fire hazard, okay? That puppet thing? That puppet? That's a fire hazard.
No, yeah, it doesn't stay there.
Okay? I know these things, right? I own like 30 buildings in this whole area, okay?
I know. You're the Eureka King.
So, you got a dog in here? You got a dog? I smell a dog. You know how I smell dogs? Because I know dogs. I have dogs. I have kids.
I don't have a dog.
Too. You see that thing there? That's a fire hazard, okay? Better clean this up.
I don't have any dogs.
I don't want to come back. I don't have to kick you out or anything, you know? You gotta knock on the door. You gotta answer.
Well,
you did unwrap?
I was listening to music with my headphones.
You did unwrap? Are you late?
Headphones on, rolled off.
Because Kyle's been telling me stuff. You know Kyle works for me sometimes. He tells me things.
Kyle's a cool guy, you know? I like
Most
Kyle.
day. Hey, you're not filming any porn here, are you? No, do that?
No.
Well, it's a fire hazard, okay?
No.
Never be filming porn. fire hazard.
Look,
Alright?
they closed down. I don't want to talk to you about this.
You may want to do certain things, and those things that, make you money. You're not trying to mine Bitcoin, are you? You're not trying to do that? It's a fire hazard.
We're not mining Bitcoin.
It's a fire hazard. Okay? But I know. Who's that guy over there? Who's that guy?
That's our friend. That's
Who's
the
that guy?
intern. That's Pat.
Are you trying to do an Airbnb? That's illegal. That's illegal. It's also a fire hazard.
Hey, I don't make meals with him. He's not on my
Make sure you
EBT.
pay
He's
rent
not
on time,
on the
okay?
fucking renter list. It's fine.
I'll come into the window next time, okay? So I don't
You
disturb
came into the window this time.
your broadcast, okay? All right. I smell a dog. I'm telling you, I smell a dog. All right. Well, you boys stay out of trouble. All right.
All right. Thanks, dude. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly.
He's a really smart businessman, though. I gotta give it up for some of his business staff. Yeah, I mean, what a fucking boner killer, man. See, like, this is what happens to me. Is like, I used to be trying to like film a lot of like OnlyFans, content with my girlfriend, and he would be like watching in the window, essentially. We would never know how long he was there, obviously, but ting 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 ting, little knock on the glass, right? And it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Who do you report landlords creeping through the window? What government agency do you report that to? I present that question to our listeners.
Yep. I think that's a good thing to keep tabs on, people. Did you guys notice too? We noticed this while we were watching that video. It was CIA video about the Moors that are in the CIA now. That they started an ARG. Did you hear that? That's crazy. That program's called the ARG program. That's wild. More alphabet soup, right? More alphabet soup for you, huh? We all love to eat our SpaghettiOs, right? Don't drink the Kool-Aid, kids. But what else? Who else is? I mean, is anybody calling us? No one's giving us a phone call. It seems like people are probably still quarantining. Maybe like as a result of Delta. Because people don't know, it's like Delta does transmit through like radio waves, through electromagnetic waves. It's like it's super contagious. Okay, so it's like any carrier can be a vector. Okay, it could be as simple as I don't know, this, right? I mean, it's just you never know. You don't really know how these things are transmitted. That's why we have been making the self-immunization kit that we were talking about before. We've talked about this a little bit. So, things to think about. Obviously, the booster shots are coming up. It's a big part of what's been going on. I've noticed a lot of the things too that a lot of guys are commenting on is like there's like no masks wearing by the Taliban guys, which is like pretty sketch, very sus. But I don't want to get too deep into that. But I did want to mention, because we were touching on like House Abbey, it's like these people are all in the same warehouse with the rest of them. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those places that you come up from the Amazon Prime mines when you are climbing up out of a shaft. And then you come up and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's like a McMansion somewhere in fucking like Florida. And you find that it's actually kind of this like warehouse / like underground base, and there's TikTokers, there's bread tubers, there's campers, it's everybody. They're all there together. They all come and broadcast from the same place. We just recently got a drone camera, okay? And so we're gonna do, because people are often asking, like, where are you guys broadcasting from? You know, it is, you know, a confidential location, of course. We're willing to show you some of it. So we're gonna get some drone footage. We're gonna get like an establishing shot, you know, to kind of show you where we're coming from, to show you that we're not one of them. You know, because we don't have the same property. We're not in a fucking underground Walmart FEMA camp broadcasting to you, like Radio Free Europe. Come on over, you know. And no, none of that. We are like true pirate style radio, broadcasting out from actually, like, you know, it's not like it's a breakaway civilization yet.
There's nothing that weird about it.
We're like bread tubers that are OTG.
There's nothing weird about what we do, where we're broadcasting from. That's a lie.
Exactly.
That's not a complete lie. I agree. It's completely ridiculous and absurd to think that there was anything, festering beneath the surface, because there's not. There's just not.
No, it's not at all. Not at all. And why would there be? I think that's like the bigger question people need to start asking themselves is like, why would there be anything?
What do we have to gain from lying to you? What do we have to gain from just truthing and continuing to perpetuate these lies? That's what my question is to the viewers.
Yeah. Like disclosure, you know, we're getting some closure to what's kind of like been a pretty traumatic experience.
Where do these people get off on spreading lies and disinformation about our production? There's nothing weird about it.
Well, it was like that first caller. You know, we get those callers, and I'm glad that, you know, you let them, you know, in to kind of give like an even keel of like, you know, how we get received. But Chris was obviously one of those who's kind of like a little more suspicious, a little more skeptical. Probably, like I said, probably a soy boy. Probably a trad calf. Might have a little bit of like a confused personality going on. So I think that those people are as equal of our compassion and our love and our ability to act as like shamans for them. Help them make their own new narratives in the world, you know, write your own adventure story. Hey, Tedverse, that's right. Here comes the hurricane. It's coming.
Is acting strangely. The gerbil I put my ass is acting strangely.
We've got some more callers though too. We do have more callers.
The gerbil I put my ass is acting strangely.
We might as well just get a couple of these in here. I mean, because yeah, we only got a couple more. Who's this guy? Who is this guy?
He's the one who sucks.
Pat, can you get this guy on the line for me here?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, hey.
Hey. Yeah, I'm new to this stream, man. My name's Kevin. Kevin from PA. Hey guys, yeah, I like what you do. You know, like got other character people calling or whatever. But anyway, yeah, and dude, if you're seeing this thing with my eye, I can't really control it, dude. I have this eye problem, but anyway, yeah, you know, great stream. I think it's great that you guys haven't been fully invaded by frogs yet, but you know that remains to be seen. Ooh, oh man. Anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, what's your opinion on some of the recent events with OnlyFans? You know, some of your staff not being involved with, you know, maybe losing some potential revenue, if you know what I mean. I mean, yeah, but, oh no, seriously though, what do you think? Like, no fat. Like, that's more of a discussion now. Like, you know,
the idea, like Lady Gaga said, like stealing, you know, your vitality from like your scrotum or whatever, like, you know, it's like, hey, you know, you don't want to get all soy faced about it, like, you know, whatever, like, but hey, you know, I think it's a healthy debate. I'm curious to see what side you guys come down on. You know, again, my name's Kevin. New to the stream, new to the Discord, and everything. So, yeah, looking forward to all the great content you guys do. Thanks.
Oh God, I'm gonna come. Thanks for calling.
Like I said, I got a weird eye problem, and I also got this issue too, where I close my eyes and
Okay, thank you, Kevin.
What happened when I closed my eyes?
That explains why you don't care about OnlyFans.
Yeah, no kidding. But
personally,
can you bring us back? There we go. Here we go.
Okay,
Look,
thanks, Kevin.
people, these are sex workers we're talking about. They're highly qualified, they're professionals. We're dispossessing these people of their jobs. I think that we need to take more seriously. I think that there's a lot of young women out there now who are not without a job. Equally, there's a lot of older men now who don't have a sugar baby. And who's gonna clean up that mess? Elon? I doubt it.
so many people are affected by the recent ruling in an OnlyFans district federal level
And
church.
this was caused by the Christians, right? Again, the Baptists, the evangelicals. They
Why?
kind of rule over people's genital choice.
Why are they so scared of showing your body parts for an 80% cut of what is often a, fairly noteworthy amount of money?
And not to mention, Kim Kardashian said that, it's empowering to show off her body. And I think that that's universal for all women. Okay? It's an empowering thing.
What else can be done?
It's the most, people are so silly. It's the most empowering thing. That's why it's the oldest profession in the world, right? They go hand in hand. We do live in a matriarchy. People don't realize this, but
it was truly one of the most revolutionary sexual companies in the last decades to allow for someone to pay for someone else to show their genitalia.
Well, and I think we're all better for it, because we just got over, I don't know how many years of repression in the last, 10, okay? People have really woken up, really gotten sex conscious, sex awake, sex woke, as I said on my blog. You can find it at medium.tiktalksex, but people don't seem to understand the gravity of this, right? What's been going on with Elon? He's a disgusting man, sure, but what he's doing is very, very sex positive. I know, actually, our intern tested sex positive, didn't you?
I tested sex positive recently.
We don't hire just anybody.
I was hired before I tested sex positive, and so I feel like I wasn't just a diversity hire.
No, we don't do anything like that either. You know, I didn't get this job because I was white, okay? It's because I've got intersectionality working for me.
Personally, I think that the idea that technology gave us the ability to earn money taking selfies of our assholes and our vaginas and our penises and our chests, and then it took it away. Is technology, forgive my, possibly racy language, but is technology an Indian giver? This is the question I pose to our listeners.
Well, what I think's funny about that is that, are we talking about Indians or are we talking about Indians?
I'm not culturally appropriating anything because I am a robot.
Charlie. Okay, so this girl who's been trying to unionize at the job is like knocking on my door. I've been working as the HR person for Nothing Weird for quite a while now, and so here we go. Let's see what this girl who wants to unionize has to say. It's like, can you please just go away? Really annoying. She's really annoying. And first of all, too, like, she can't talk super well, so don't laugh when she talks, but like...
You missed it!
Yeah, okay, hi, Susie. See, like, this is what I'm talking about, like, God. But we'll just see, like, what she's got to say. I gotta hear her out. Hi, Susie, it's the HR.
You missed your ticket, me, little Susie. You know what, I'm pretty frustrated that you missed the last 3 meetings, but guess what, Buster Boo? I've got a plan. So, I have decided I'm talking to leadership, and I've also been talking to some people at the Vanguard and some of my direct friends, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna form a red-brown alliance, Mr. T. Red-brown alliance, and with that, yeah, that's right, little Susie's gonna be coming in through your fucking office wall, riding on top of a tank. I'm gonna be carrying to serve the needs of your production, Mr. Tick. And God, that's right. Free tanky, here I come. I'm basically like 3 degree right now, so you know what? You're gonna get ready, Mr. Tick. Because I'm prominent. I'm actually, you know what? You know what? You seem feeling generous. I'm feeling generous, so I'm gonna give you one last time, Mr. Tick. One last opportunity to seize me the production before I do, and I swear I've been talking to my friend Jimmy people, and we're gonna form a red-brown alliance.
Freaked out about it. I'm trying to be
Susie.
heterosexual.
A lot of this language is not okay.
I think you started your pants and stuff, and it's gonna be very dirty and dust, Mr. D. So let's give you one last warning. One last warning, you anything you hear me be trying to do, you friend. You're just like John Goat. You can just go John Goat. That's what I ain't so. So what, you shoes are me too hard. I'll see you next time.
My genitalia,
Oh my god, Pat, get her off the line. 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 Oh my god. Because that was too much. That was just way too much. That... I can't. I can't with that. I can't with this. You know what I mean? It's just like... Little Susie, all I've got to say to you is that, like, you want to wear brown and red shirts to work, that's fine. Whatever. Again, like, we've been talking to a lot of your, like, comrades, and I think that they're, like, they've chosen another option. They've all gone for, like, the 10% Bitcoin raise, so, I don't know.
Shocking.
Not sure how many people you got behind you here, but
Something's wrong with his testicle. 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 Something's wrong with his testicle.
Uncle Johnny has some
what was that, Carl? Carl.
Uncle John has some private voice. He is talking about
Okay, I see him. I see him on the line here. I'll get him on here. I'll get Uncle John.
That's hot.
Sure.
That's hot. That's hot.
Crewmate rated the Thomas the Tank Engine once.
We'll get Uncle John on here in a second. I gotta go take a little
Crewmate
pee-pee.
rated the Thomas the Tank Engine once.
Turkey sat on the backyard fence on Thanksgiving Day, and as he sat on the backyard fence, this is what he'd say. Oh, gobble, 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 I like things. Turkey sat on the backyard fence on Thanksgiving Day, and as he sat on the backyard fence, this is what he'd say. Oh, gobble, 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 I like things. Turkey sat on the backyard fence on Thanksgiving Day, and as he sat on the backyard fence, this is what he'd say.
We thank you for tuning in to There Is Nothing Weird About It. Forgive us and relieve us while our host relieves himself.
Oh my god, what is this thing saying? Listen to all these weird sound effects.
Well, why couldn't you just use my penis? Well, why couldn't you just use my penis?
Penis.
Well, why couldn't you just use my penis? 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 Well, why couldn't you just use my penis?
Now, girl, when you love your man, you have to relax. Like, you really have to want to take him in your mouth. Now, girl, when you love your man, you have to relax. Like, you really have to want to take him in your mouth. Now, girl, when you...
Oh, the cow came home. Don't worry, dear. Help on the way. Hey.
That would be like, where does my penis end and where does his begin, and whose nuts are these anyway? Begin, and whose nuts are these anyway? That would be like, where does... Get all yeasty on the back roof. Get all yeasty on the back roof. Get all yeasty on the back roof.
You Mormon? You Mormon? You are an asshole. You are an asshole. You bitch! You bitch! You're a heroin addict. You're a heroin addict.
If this is true, you're going to go to jail, buddy. If this is true, you're going to go to jail, buddy.
You pansy. You pansy. You Mormon? You Mormon? Yes, sir, Miss Squirrel. Yes, sir, Miss Squirrel. Yes, sir, Miss Squirrel.
I never make this shit the best thing in me.
Don't you ever stop talking! Don't you ever stop talking! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I think you're a sick bastard. I think you're a sick
Recalculous.
I can't have an orgasm unless something is in my ass. I can't have an orgasm unless something is in my ass.
Number one, Asian big book queen. That's my main mayonnaise. That's my main mayonnaise.
Let's save some babies. Let's save some babies.
Drive had anal sex and I passed out a couple times. Drive had anal sex and I passed out a couple times.
I'm not sure about the play. I'm not sure about the play. I'm not sure about the play. Hey, I give a hell of a hump. Hey, I give a hell of a hump.
You need to go to the doctor and get checked out. You need to go to the doctor and
get checked out.
Because somebody dropped a nickel.
If anything, I want to be dominated. If anything, I want to be dominated. If anything, I want to be dominated. Are you a cruel person? Are you a cruel person?
Calling all nerds. Calling all nerds. Big penis. Big penis.
Superman, and evil Superman, and evil Superman, and evil Superman, and evil Superman.
You see what happens to a 6-year-old guy when he's getting a lot of sex? He becomes an a-hole. You see what happens to a 6-year-old guy when he's getting a lot of sex? He becomes an a-hole. You see what happens to a 6-year-old guy?
That is a dirty little bastard.
I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot. I'm an addict, and so I'll just smoke pot.
Give me the pill, Skipper. Give me the pill, Skipper. Give me the pill, Skipper. Give me the pill, Skipper.
He's just a dick. He's just a dick. He's just a dick.
I like lunchables. I like lunchables.
I'm gonna blow this guy. I'm gonna blow this guy. I'm gonna blow this guy. I'm gonna blow this guy.
I'm gonna blow this guy. I'm gonna blow this guy. I was bored, so I had my tongue pierced. I was bored, so I had my tongue pierced.
Yes, I think I'd like a large pepperoni. 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 Pepperoni. Yes, I think I'd like a
That's my main man there.
Next caller, please. Number one.
I'm gonna say something. Motivating.
Hard to hear you over the sound of my own ass. Hard to hear you over the sound of my own ass. Hard to hear you over the sound of my own ass. Hard to hear you over the sound of my own ass. Hard to hear you.
Don't you ever stop talking!
And the show has reached the...
I live in an urban center and I'm having sex. I'm in my 30s, I live in an urban center and I'm having sex. I'm in my 30s, I live in an urban center and I'm having sex. I'm in my 30s, I live in an urban center and I'm having sex. I'm in my 30s, I live in an urban center and I'm having sex.
I'm in my 30s, I live in an urban center, and I'm having sex.
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s, I live in an urban center, and I'm having sex.
Vaccinated and ready to fuck, isn't it? Aye, we're back. What's up? What's the tick? There's nothing weird about it. Well, I'm real happy because...
Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah.
What's up, Carl? What's up?
Hey, what's up, yo? Hey, we're just having a great fucking time.
Bruv, did you go to the rave? Did you go to the
Yeah,
rave?
I mean, your fucking Uncle John keeps hitting me up. He's got some great business plan or something. He's talking about...
I was there 24 hours, maskless the whole time. Okay.
I mean, your Uncle John, he's got some crazy ideas. I mean, the good ideas. He's got good ideas. That makes sense. I mean, you know.
I look like Candy Crush beat, you know. I'm on like the Candy Crush beat right now. I think that's like the true acceleration is in beat, you know. If you unconditional excel incel, then you're all about to Candy Crush beat right now, you know, like... You remember the candy necklaces? I love those girls with the candy necklaces. Just sucking on the candy necklace, it's so sexy. Love it. So Carl, what would you want to tell us about some of the, because we're talking about like what's on the pulse, what's the new beat, right? And so what's going on with the acceleration, you know? I feel like things are slowing down a little bit.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's basically true. Like, things are like, it's like novelty. Like, there's the crest
And the trough.
the crest,
And the trough.
and it's like, we're in the trough right now, mate. Like, it's slow.
It's kind of like when they drop out the bass drum. You know, the
Yeah.
kick.
We're
Something
all
like that.
jazzy now.
And then
And,
yeah.
we're just like hanging out like old slow jazz. Like, like Sade.
All smooth operator style.
Right, it's like when you're just floating, when the synths kind of drop in heavy, and it's like the fall on the floor just starts to kind of drift away, and it's like, where am I? Where am I? My buoy's gone. My buoy's gone. I don't know where I am anymore. And then it comes back eventually, usually to save you once, just when you're about to start drowning. Right, and I love that. I love that. That's what makes, house music so beautiful.
Sweet cycle too. So, you get all these blokes that are walking, they can GPS their way to the capital. So it's something like a 4-day song. No, 6-week cycle to the GPS to the capital. We filming live events from the CIA. Does it like that? It doesn't get news coverage. Yeah, so I mean, we got the 6-week cycle.
That's what I was going to ask you about as a follow-up, right? It's like, what's this FBI 6-week acceleration cycle? What does that mean? Because I know we're on like metatonic cycle, we've got these other cycles. It's like, what's this six-week cycle now? What's that?
Law enforcement agency has a photo.
Turn that down just a little bit. The beats. I can't hear Carl. I'm going deaf. It's like, no, you got give me a little bit. Give me a little bit of that beat. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah.
I mean, they got the 6-week cycle. So
like the young Muslim bloke they reached out to, and they're like, hey, do you want to
get your pantaloons in a rise?
do you want to kill yourself, Allah? And he's like, no, I'm just super depressed, mate. And they're like, no, well, we're just gonna plant a gun in your house and raid you. I mean, that's pretty difficult. So,
they found, not only did they find, Black Hawk helicopters, they found rifles, AK-47s, but they found, and this is like the kind of confusing bit, where it's like, why did they find all of these Elon Musk robots stored in a cache in Afghanistan if they weren't already working together some way, right? Like, if it wasn't...
It's spy versus spy. You're one on top of the other.
Yeah.
It's a controlled band. One trying to put out the fire, the other one trying to start the fire. It's controlled opposition, right? I mean, we just gotta all be copacetic with it at this point.
I mean, that's what acceleration's about, right, mate? It's like control burn, right? That's why fire safety real important these days.
Yeah, if you don't burn, you don't turn. And that's the crypto model.
It's true, okay.
Got a little tricky here. Yeah, the answer is D. And I'll bet you can think of other ways to be helpful too. Okay, I'm calling it quits. Catch you next time on the
It's up there. No, other one. Up on top. It's the one that's... Yeah.
Yeah, your Uncle Johnny keeps setting me up.
Okay, Uncle Johnny's on the microphone here. He's been on hold. He's an angel. He's so patient. We'll see what he's got to say. How bad is the California water shortage? Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he gets hit in the ass.
I'm still splashing water on my balls, so you know. No one's gonna stop me to watering this, gonna prevent me from watering this garden, you know, it's like, whatever. But let's see what Uncle John's got here to say. Mr. Pat, let's see here.
What's going on, Uncle John?
Uncle John's been patiently waiting. Uncle John used to be a DJ, everybody. This guy goes back, he was a cat, you know, he was an old bloke on the block.
Yeah, he now owns his own business, which is super tight.
But now, yeah, he's a little bit of an uptight prick.
Ted, Ted, it's me, your Uncle John. It's me, your Uncle John. Can you hear me alright?
Yeah, what's up?
So, I'm hearing a lot about this fat business and such, and I know that OnlyFans recently had some issues, so I know there's a lot of young men that are going to be very dissatisfied, and before they become completely, what's the word you young blokes use, black-pilled, do you think, you know what I do for a living, right? Right, nothing?
Yeah, we know, John.
Yeah, I'll run the adult video bookstore. So, if your friends or some of your chatters are of age, you could just give them me card or put it in your show notes or whatever, and they could just come to me store. And I've got plenty of material. It's not outdated at all. Like, you know, maybe the oldest I have it, you know, like, you know, 1971 or such. Unless that's your thing. I've got some older stuff too. I mean, I'll tell you.
Okay.
But seriously though, this fat issue is gone far enough. And if I have to be the bloke in the American prohibition trying to supply the whiskey to the masses, then I'll gladly do that. I have no problem doing that, son. So if you and your mates need some help with the all fat business in this no fat world, don't you worry about it. Because your old Uncle John is here to supply your everyday needs. I've got an entire store, boys. You know that, right?
Thank you, Uncle John.
Okay.
So, just remember, Uncle John's always here for you. And,
I love it. I love it.
We'll get through this mess together, mates. We'll get through this mess.
I don't know if I told you this, but I found your magazines in the woods when I was a young lad, yeah.
And they come and they dissipate. They just say, oh, you can't fap for a while, boys, mate. No, we take our fapping underground. That's what we do. So,
well, yeah.
Just remember, give him my card, mate. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a good show.
Mwah, mwah. We love you. Yeah.
Thank you, Uncle John.
Thank you,
Also,
Uncle John.
if you boys are looking for some more niche style stuff like clowns and what's it with the animal type people and the costumes, I've got all that stuff.
Otherkin.
Some DVD, some Blu-ray. It's good quality though, mate. I'll tell you, it doesn't look as ripped. It actually looks better because humans can only perceive so much. So. I just want to make sure you do that for you. So I've got plenty of selection for more of the acquired taste of some of your mates, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I like that. Thank you, Uncle John. I mean, you know.
Thank you, Uncle John.
Uncle John's got a point there, but I mean with the no fap, right? But like, it's we're gonna keep fapping, right? That's not gonna end. It's just that. Who's gonna be the new channels, right? Black market. You're gonna go back to Uncle John, right? Absolutely. What do you think about that, Carl? You got something to say about Uncle John there?
I mean, I love Uncle John. He's such a good bloke. I mean, his business is super legit. Like, I mean, he's been running it and like OnlyFans is taking a hit. They're taking a hit. And you know what? Uncle John is basically absorbing all of the fallout, but in the best way ever. So that all these young blokes, all these millennials, they're gonna have the best possible time
It's good for the pornography. That isn't that, that's a hot take.
Young men having a fap. Young men having a fap is part of not just the American dream, but young men having a fap is part of every country's dream. It's the foundation of every bit of society, innit?
Yeah, well,
Every basic country, yeah.
I got something to say along these lines here too. Which is, I think, important about the destiny of where we're going, right? Like, we've been blue balled.
Are you screaming destiny?
Our balls are purple. Right? Our balls are purple, right? And we've been guilted, right? We know that these poor girls on OnlyFans, just doing it because it's like they are like leftists and stuff, and so we get a sense of guilt that builds up and it kind of trickles down through the psyche, through the spinal cord, down into your nutsack. And what's also happened is this is what I was saying. It's like when you get the vril, it starts to build up. It's a building up thing. It's an alchemical process, really, where you get all of this, repressed sexual energy, right? But then it finds a certain expression. It finds a kind of expression, but then that expression is suffocated by its own inner sense of guilt every single time that it comes. And that's how we get no fap, right? Because no fap is like brothers standing together to triumph over these feelings. But what they don't realize is that if you just wait a little longer, you edge a little bit stronger, and you start making vril, mate, might start throwing a vinyl because you've got free energy on your hands, and what you can do with that is limitless. That is limitless. That is the potential of the world. That is everything, okay? So if we can kind of like harness this energy, right, of the post-fap world, as music on music is going, I mean, music and non-music, I always call it, it's a post-fap world, right? We're all fapping, but it's not even, is it even fapping? I mean, it may as well be called sex. And like I said, so there's two different ways about going about this, right? There's a natural way, which is you repress and make guilty a kind of perverse homoerotic masculine sexuality, or that's one way to make vril, okay? Or the other way of making vril is that you get a cam bot and you make her into an AI anthropomorphic figure, and she gets assaulted and demeaned over and over, and all of the cum that gets left inside of her from all the charms they're using her, that will turn into vril as well, okay? So these are kind of like the two poles, yin and yang. Which vril do you want? Do you want like Savitri Devry style vril, a little bit like squirt, or do you want like the Del Sereno style black goo? I want the black goo, It's really up to you. It's as Uncle John said, these things are pretty much, he's got all of it. He's got Savitri Devi porn, he's got Greys, he's got Targaryens, just like plowing fucking Nephilim. He's got, little midgets. I mean, it's out of this world, people, the porn that he's got on his disposal, honestly. And so, fuck OnlyFans. Fuck the Taliban, right? Fuck the Taliban, fuck OnlyFans. I don't need that shit, because what they're gonna start doing again, I mean, you know these fucking, I mean, our intern said earlier today. It's a bad word, but like Indian giving, okay? But think about that now, okay? Indian giving. What that means is when an Indian guy from the Taliban catfishes you into sending him pictures of your cock. And then your cock. You don't want to get cocked by a guy in the Taliban for sending him pictures of your cock. Give me a fucking break. That's why we're listening to that 303 acid. Accelerationism. Ism, racism, accelerationism, classism, environmentalism, babyism, little baby jism, trying to get with 'em. Yeah. You're watching There's Nothing Weird About It. We're about to go breaking into the show here. We got special guests. Nick Lange. Nigger Stormy. This one's a bit of a breaker, but motherfucking Mark, the guy. I forget his last name. Mark Zuckerberg the other one. Mark, the guy who did the accelerationism stuff. Fisher. Mark Fisher's back from the grave. He's here. He's a hologram. And they're all, what are they all doing? We got two blokes and an Indian walking to a house show. What are they looking for? They're looking for some acid. They're looking for some accelerationism. That's right. Yeah. That's right. CCRU and Crumb Party. Yeah. gotta tune in. There's nothing right about it. Yeah. Make it a twisted T. Am I right? Make that one a twisted T right there.
Nothing weird.
Thanks for tuning in here. Wow.
We really do appreciate
I figured as much. Music, non-music.
We appreciate all our listeners. We appreciate all our listeners. We appreciate all our listeners. We appreciate all our listeners.
Okay.
We appreciate all our listeners.
We love our listeners. I mean, the show's not over. The show's not over. Don't get the wrong idea. Don't get a twisted T here. Don't get a twisted T here because
We appreciate all our listeners.
what we're actually doing here is we're
appreciate all our listeners.
we're entering into the deep dive.
Thank you, Chatos. Thank you, Chatos. Thank you, Chatos.
We appreciate all our listeners.
Thank you.
Who are we?
Thank you.
Who's who?
This was the CIA's reply to the press.
Thank you, Chatos.
Undercover mission to retrieve a Soviet submarine from the depths.
Who's who?
In 1968, a Soviet K-129 missile submarine sank to the bottom of the ocean. About 16,500
Thank you, all of you beautiful Chatos.
It sank to the bottom, and the Russians were
This girl is so hot.
It wasn't safe enough, though, for us to just go out in a U.S. Navy and we also needed to create the technology that would go down and grab the submarine from the bottom of the ocean. So, really what we needed was the perfect cover mechanism, and that came in the form of Howard Hughes. The Hughes Glomar Explorer was first of its kind deep-sea mining technology, because that was the cover. Howard Hughes was going to mine the ocean floor for these manganese nodules. Really, the CIA was on the vessel. Everything within the cover had to look legitimate, though. Even this mail bag, or the overalls that were worn by the crew. We created a claw. It's sort of like if you've ever played that game at an arcade where you take the claw and you maneuver it down and you grab the stuffed animal. It's kind of like that, except you're going to pull up a multi-ton submarine from the bottom of the ocean. The claw was named Clementine. You know, the 49er and the Clementine. Unfortunately, the claw did buckle as it was pulling the submarine up from the bottom of the ocean, and part of the sub broke off. Even though we didn't get all of the sub on our first try, we wanted to go back and retrieve the rest. We were
her
really
dress
hard to keep
is
this out of the
pretty
press, as it would
flattering.
expose our officers, possibly putting them in danger. It would not allow for us to go back to get the rest of the submarine, and in this case, it would have exposed a really important cover. Unfortunately, this article in the LA Times sank our efforts. When the press started inquiring, we realized that saying yes to some things and no to others may give them too many breadcrumbs, and to protect our mechanisms and methods.
See, you don't want to become a baker and leave too many breadcrumbs. But it's crazy. Okay, so this is something like, she's obviously like 150 years old.
Way too old.
But, because she was there, like she was saying we, you know, like we did this, and so it's like pretty crazy that she was a part of all these missions.
Supervised.
Okay, here we go. Corona satellite. Which, so people don't realize this, right? The first satellites that got put up. This is a little primer.
There's a bit of history.
A little bit of primer history. The first satellites that were put up were called Corona.
It was put up by the CIA.
By the CIA, and then now spin the record 20 years, scratch the record 20 years. And what? You've got Elon Musk sending up. We need to look. You probably look at the number. I mean, how many did he make? Elon Musk sends how many things to space? Satellites.
Elon Musk
How many?
He says all of the rocks that he comes in through
60? No, 40. It's 42,000. 42 is the other special number for idiot savant occultists. So, 4,200. I think that probably means something for somebody.
He's got a beautiful mind.
He is a beautiful mind. He knows how to code. And what's really cool is he's teaching Grimes how to code. And that's like what made her a better mother. I think as far as like what she was able to produce as far as breast milk and stuff like to kind of like give nutrients to her kid. She was able to program
their child.
Yeah, I'm sure that child is
just a small JavaScript that she produces breast milk.
He's a beautiful, bubbly boy, I'm
He
sure.
drinks a lot of coffee and codes in JavaScript.
Yeah, he's a beautiful boy. But the Corona satellites.
He's a machine learning fucker.
Its name is coding. It is. Well, if it was a girl, they probably would have called it coding. But I think that it's probably female to male, like trans, like F to M, baby.
At birth.
And so I think that A12X22 or whatever their name is probably like their name. Coding is like a girl name. That's my point. Coding is a girl name.
Trying to misgender.
I don't want to misgender him either. No, not at all. But
A1345.
Yeah.
How can you misgender an immortal machine?
1488. I mean, they're just like a really beautiful baby boy. Beautiful little white baby boy. 1488. 1488 X underscore X.
AE, meaning after Elon. Meaning
Yep.
Nolly. Elon, Nolly.
That's how you say it in South African.
Grimes. Smell.
Uh-huh. So, we're learning a little bit right now. You guys hear this?
Tesla. Well, sex. Conspiracy. Yes.
See, like that's nice words. It goes short, but Elon had an interesting ring to it. It would sound like a real name.
Elon, Nolly.
Anali? Right. So that's his South African name. So Elon Musk's dad and Peter Thiel's dad were buddies. Peter Thiel's dad was a chemist. Elon Musk's dad was the producer of that one band that came out. It's two South African white people. No. His son made PayPal, but his dad is more like a Rick Rubin wizard who made that one band that's from South Africa that everybody thinks is really cool. What's that?
You make me so horny.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. It's like Fela Kuti, but they're like more like Tenacious D. Liv, do you know who I'm talking about? Who is it? Yanni or something. He's so honey. It's like one of those kind of songs. What are they called? Wait. Oh, Day Antwoord. Thank you. Music and non-music. Saving the day.
Antwoord.
Well, no, but it's like it's more like Elon Musk and his dad, you know, and Peter Thiel's dad. Day Antwoord, dude. Everything that happens in South Africa is really bad and sus. But aside from that, what we're building up to here is watching the Corona video. They wear whiteface. They're Africans. Music. They're Africans. They can't wear blackface, okay? They're Africans, okay? I don't mean to, I'm not trying to, throw a wrench in there, but, you know what I mean? They're from South Africa. They are Africans. So, if anything, they're wearing whiteface, you know? And this is Jungle. You guys ever listened to Jungle before? Shit makes me sweat. Here, let's see, Corona.
Imagine a world without GPS or satellite.
What does you gotta say about the Corona?
Imagine a world without GPS or satellite imagery. But in the 1950s, when the CIA created its first photo reconnaissance satellite, Corona, the technology simply didn't exist. Corona was America's first successful photo reconnaissance satellite, and it captured imagery from 1960 up until 1972. The requirement for gathering intelligence over the Soviet Union increased dramatically after the Soviet Union shot down one of our U-2 aircrafts and captured CIA pilot Francis Gary Powers. 2.5 months later, on its first mission, Corona captured more imagery than all previous U-2 flights. Photo reconnaissance imagery is used for a variety of things. Everything from
reminds me of the Space Force
to finding out the production of grain in the country. In this case, Corona was really important because it helped us better understand the buildup of Soviet military power in the country. Corona depended on the successful physical recovery of the film, like the film here and this canister from Corona, but it also needed to obtain the images safely from the air and get them back to the ground to be developed. And that's where this parachute bag comes into play. What would happen is, we would take the images, they would get rolled onto the film, and they would end up in a capsule in a bucket. They would descend down to Earth with a parachute slowing it. Once it was in a specific zone, a plane would come with a trapeze type floor, and it would actually hook the parachute, reel it into the plane, bring it back to the ground, and CIA officers would develop the film. Running for 12 years, Corona recorded over 800,000 images, covering 72 million
12 years, people.
which historians and environmentalists are still using today. Most importantly, Corona showed that the Soviet Union's bomber and missile buildup was not outpacing the Americans, as some had feared, which allowed our president the opportunity to make better strategic and budgetary decisions. The Corona program was incredibly successful, giving the United States the confidence to pursue arms control agreements. But it did so much more than record the landscape of the Cold War. It was able to provide environmentalists a look at the Earth 10 years before any other country launched resource satellites.
I'm thinking though, they're bringing in the Corona because it's how we all become kings to witness in the gab, right? Gabba. I need more gabba.
then bite, then they're all around you. Liar, liar! Oh, dead, they stab, then bite, then they're all around you. Liar, liar! Oh, dead, big cleaver, killing all my friends. Then bite, then they're all around you.
Oh, don't spray me, don't spray me, don't spray me, don't spray me. Oh, don't spray me, don't spray me, don't spray me, don't spray me.
Don't vax me, don't vax me.
You know, yeah. That's what people are gonna start doing. It's just squirting the vax out. And it's gonna be it's gonna be airborne, aerosol vax.
It's all coming up with Taylor.
Well, yeah, if you listen to the GABA, you're gonna be okay, no matter what. But so I do want to say about his corona, the satellites, right? Elon Musk launches 42 satellites that are supposed to give us 5G. What is that? 5 inches? A little bit bigger cock. Maybe a bigger cock in the metaverse. I don't believe any of it, right? It's all just a build-up for something else.
Bunch of promises.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm very porous, personally. I'm covered in cysts. Cisterns and cysts. Right. Collins glasses and, you know, goblets that are overflowing, right? It is overflowing, that's why. Yeah. It's all holes. It's all holes. Yeah. Buckets, holes, stories, black holes, white holes, red hats. The only reason why you wear a hat, mate, the only reason to wear a hat is so that, you're gonna contain some of it. You gotta contain it. You gotta put something on it. And, a lot of red hats, a lot of white hats. Well, you know, when you wear a hat for a long time, you start to notice the secretion, the fluid, as you're saying, starts to build up around the rim. And it's really not much different than a condom, mate. So I think getting into that kind of mindset is important. Thinking about, because we're talking about now, right? Like, who's trying to have a kid? You know, sucking on me wife's tits. Not me. Not me. I'm an anti-natalist. I'm an anti-natalist, you know. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Because one, as you can see from behind me, we've got climate change happening. That's why I've got a green screen behind me. Because a green screen, what these do is they actually emit and they cut down on CO2 emissions that are being produced by the lights that every single person in the world uses in their house every single day. So if everybody had a green screen in their house, then maybe, just maybe, we could cut down on this greenhouse emission bullshit that you anti-maskers refuse to breathe in, right? Refuse to breathe it in. Because, oh yeah. But get a fucking green screen in your house, mate. I'm not kidding you at all. It will absorb, not only does it absorb the greenhouse gases, it absorbs the negative ions. And you don't want negative ions in your space. It fucks up the feng shui, it fucks up your chakras, it fucks up pretty much every little bit and piece of you, yeah? I mean, there's really not like a question about it. It's just like, do you want to become... Do you want to look like this? I like that look. Give me that look again. That's a nice look. Do you want to look like this? I think this is a sick drip. I got these shades at Mervin's, Hong Kong. Okay, so the only place that Mervin's exists anymore is like in Hong Kong, right? So you can like still shop Mervin's in Hong Kong. It's very like vaporwave. What I'm doing, it's kind of like an accelerationist kind of like gesture. So I'm like utilizing like old resources to like hybridize a certain form of like hyper intelligence so that I can get my products faster, quicker. I can have a new pair of sneakers tomorrow. I can listen to the baddest, most fucking low down beat tomorrow. Right, that's the nature of accelerationism. That's why. This is why. Welcome to the jungle. I'm confused why Amazon didn't try to align with Axl Rose a little bit more, right? Because Axl Rose is like... He's the Rosicrucian son. I mean, he is like the son of Rosicrucianism, right? I mean, and so... Our Axl, he's the turning rose. He just rolls and rolls and rolls like a rolling stone that gathers no moss. And what does that mean? It's like a shaved pussy. No. That's only the perverse reading. But there's a different understanding to apply to this. Is that it's the desert of the real. The bald desert, right?
With trails, Mike just hopes he'll take the one that'll lead him by his stand.
Has anybody gone hunting before? Anybody gone hunting? There was a white stag that used to live out on my mum's ranch. We tried to find it. It's a nice buck. Oh, it's a nice buck. It's a beautiful buck. I think I'd like to fuck that. Would you judge me if I put my dick in that? I mean... It's power on power, right? It's like, there's no victims here. Just power on power. Look at that. That's a beautiful mate. Damn it. Damn it. I wish I was there. Nothing weird about that, mate. No, it's not. Carl, give me a piece. What do you think about this buck? Would you fuck it? Would you fuck this buck? Oh, you scared it. Look at you.
I mean, you know me, mate. I'll fuck anything. I'll fuck the world. I'll fuck the world.
Fuck anything that moves, including that guy's ear. Right? I mean, goddamn. That's a beautiful ear. There's a lot. I mean,
I'll fuck that spinning globe, you know?
hey, mate, I'd fuck the world. I'd fuck the world. Look at
She has
him.
a thick pussy. If that world turns, that globe, she keeps turning. She has a thick pussy. Oh, fuck that thick pussy. I won't hesitate. No fucking way, mate. You know, the globe, she keeps on spinning.
Sometimes it just happens when you're on cam, you get horny, you know. Don't blame us. Don't blame me.
Look at that pussy.
When you're hunting, you get horny. Okay?
Look at that pussy.
You know, she just keeps on spinning, mate. I mean, who doesn't want a piece of that globe pussy?
Yes, absolutely.
She's thick. She's a thick pussy, she is. I mean, come on, mate. Oh, ain't nothing fucking weird about that.
A bust on the bussy. Yeah?
Ain't nothing weird about that. Thick ass pussy.
Whose bussy is that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone's pussy because it's the world we
It's
live in.
public access. It's public transportation. It's a bus.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
bussy.
that's socialism and it's fine.
Yes.
Like, hey, we have access to that thick ass pussy.
So again, I think that what's gonna get. I'm thinking about this right now. You know. Okay. Let's think about this. All right. I'm intuiting this. Feeling the empath energy. But like, okay. You know, walk with me here. You know, Vaush. You know, he starts to become like an empath and starts to like figure out what's going on. And I think that a lot of this bussy, you know, the bussy bush and this and that, and I think that's gonna like kind of come to fruition pretty soon here with the bread tubers. I think that might be the next chapter in the real world. Yeah.
You know, even like Kyle Kalinske, all these old bread tubers.
Real world DSA.
Yeah, DSA types,
Real DSA is my favorite series.
like,
It's a bunch of points, yeah, you know. Oh, they're all up in there right now.
they're all trying to get the pussy. Trying to get the pussy from the pussy. And you know, it's the girl.
Well, so to take it back though, I don't want to like, you know, apprehend any of our viewers with the wrong information because it's like, remember what happened to Virgil Texas after he fucked Brianna Gay?
Yeah, that's a bit choppers.
And who fibbed on him? Who told on him? It was Felix. Told on him.
Oh, Felix.
He told,
works for the CIA.
Well, who did he tell? I mean, he not only told Michael, he told George Soros. He told George Soros, which is like a little bit. You don't do that, right? So.
Yeah, well, that's why Felix still holds it strong, holds it tough.
Well,
I understand.
He was trying to film something for Blacked, so I respect that. He was trying to do like, so he was trying to combine two worlds, you know, where it's like, one is like, don't you want this Asian cock, right? That kind of fetish, mixed with the Blacked stuff of being like cucked almost by a black guy, but like an Asian and a black girl fucking, right? I mean, it's like the best of both worlds. You've got first root race and seventh root race fucking, you know.
Based in black pill.
real true philosophy going on, real chemical, you know, a chemical wedding kind of shit, you know, and you know, I mean, so I feel bad for him for that. I feel bad.
Best wishes.
It was just all real bad, like he just got squashed down into the carbon from
Virgin Tech. Best wishes.
They just might all end up in a car crash, who knows? Honestly. Who fucking knows anymore? There's not much to even know anymore. I mean, we've been going long here, but look at this bloke. Look at him. You think this guy truly knows how to catch the whore of Babylon? No. When he hears the siren song in the wilderness, what does he do? He puts on his skivvies, walks around in a fucking neon green fucking outfit with his arrows, so he doesn't get shot by another bloke, right? Because he doesn't want to do that. He wants to find his arrows easy because he's a big fucking dumbass. And so, but look at that! Look how big his legs are. He does a big old stretch because a dick swagger is big, right? Big long cock. We like that on a bloke. It's important. It's important to have a big hip, a big old cock, especially when you're doing this kind of work. This is important stuff, people. Very important stuff. Okay, we got more of this beautiful bitch in the CIA outfit.
It was never operational. It's still one of my favorite artifacts to share. The dragonfly was selected for this program. This is no ordinary dragonfly.
It's not a dragonfly.
It got its spy wings in the 1970s after the CIA's Office of Research and Development created this. Even though it was never operational, it's still one of our favorite artifacts to share. The dragonfly was selected for this program after the bumblebee turned out to not work quite so well. Bumblebees fly in really erratic patterns, and so it would have been noticed if it stopped to hover, and someone may have batted it away because they do sting. This dragonfly was intended to be a receiving device. It had a small engine that would make its wings flap up and down, and it was directed and guided by a bimetallic strip on the back and a laser beam. It could actually fly 200 meters in 60 seconds. This data link actually back here with the laser was how we were able to intercept the sound that it was picking up. The CIA Dragonfly ultimately proved not to be operational because in crosswinds over 5 miles an hour, it just was too low.
What did they do with that technology, though?
And further research into using UAVs, which this was the smallest of its kind at this point in history.
Yeah, yep. So, but what did they do with that technology? They created the lush. That's what girls put inside their pussies, and then they get tokens that set them off. Or they could be your lover. But, so this is the same technology, people. A little buzzing bug. A little bee. A little mosquito, right? Like, it's just like...
It bites.
Same technology was used in the cell phone for vibrating.
Similar things to OnlyFans.
Also OnlyFans. I mean, a lot of girls were doing that where they were like vibing their patrons' balls, right?
Robotic auto asphyxiation with no...
Every time you look at
Well,
robots cannot breathe, and as such do not autoerotically asphyxiate.
Huh. Okay. It's a good factoid. cycloptic style. I feel like unless Miss Daddy calls.
Did you hear about the new Jeopardy host? The new host of Jeopardy, the famous human show on network television.
So you guys hear about this? You guys hear about this?
ABC News says that he's alright.
Yeah, because the last guy, what? His balls got too big?
He died.
Alex Trebek died.
We're not open to the public here at CIA headquarters.
Asphyxiation.
Okay. He was a ninja. Let's just watch more of this girl because I'm kind of getting a hard on and I don't really want to make it stop.
She's fairly erotic for a human agent.
We're not open to the public here at CIA headquarters. So sometimes when I'm giving...
Yeah, only private chats. I know.
We're not open to the public here at CIA headquarters. So sometimes when I'm giving a tour, people will ask me, if you're such a super secret organization, why is there a sign on the GW Parkway telling people how to get to the
Privates
CIA?
only.
Or a really
Base
large
only
sign
in
at your
privates.
entrance saying Central Intelligence Agency.
Direct
It all goes
messages
back to this sign.
only.
The CIA was originally located in downtown DC on E Street. After the war, we took over the location from our predecessor, the Office of Strategic Services. For a long time, there was no sign at the door, so no one really knew our location.
Yeah, the Office
That
of
is until
Strategic
one day,
Services.
President Eisenhower's brother had a meeting with
They
our
weren't even
director,
doing
Alan
porn.
Dulles. The White House driver drove around for quite a while because he could not find our location. This did not make the president very happy. The next day, President Eisenhower called Director Dulles and demanded that a sign be placed at our entrance. He said that the E Street location was well known and that the lack of a sign was fooling no one. The immediate result was that a sign with our seal and name be placed at the entrance.
Classic.
The story
Classic bit.
behind
I
the
love that.
CIA sign.
Not all concealment devices are used for dead drops. Our officers here at CIA often make technology that has to remain hidden.
I mean, she's not a dead drop, but she is drop dead gorgeous. Am I right?
She's like a CIA dead rat, dead drop.
Hell yeah.
Good job, David. That was an awesome shot.
These size
That was an
detectors
awesome shot.
were designed by CIA officers to look like animal
Nice cum shot.
Very gross, but that was on
Animal
purpose. They were made to blend in
dominate.
on the Ho Chi Minh Trail during the Vietnam War. Our intelligence saw that an attack was coming, as the communists were building up forces. We created these so that we could find out movement on the ground, and they would pick up the data and actually send it back to the officers. They would know when and how heavy things were moving on the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Oh, you'll know
so
how
they could
heavy
tell
it
if there
is.
was a large troop movement, even things like trucks or elephants. All of this data was then handed over to the
Heavier.
US military, and it was used to perform airstrikes.
It's been used for other things than that, but yeah.
This is brought to you by the Central Intelligence
She was
Agency.
talking about my dick there for a second.
She was into scrap.
This means we'll look at things like photographs from satellites or other cameras.
Well, I sent her those pics, but yeah.
We'll use open source, which is looking at the news or things on the internet that are open to the public.
The
We also use
OSS,
human, which is collecting
source
intelligence from our
software.
human assets. And another thing that we'll take a look at is the environment to get another piece.
Okay, can I just say that, like,
With his rattle box, but he didn't want to seem to cooperate.
this outfit that she's wearing right now,
120 yards, Brad decides to try
I'm
to
gonna,
get a
like,
shot.
I gotta take a second.
I would just like to note that the OSS stands for Open Source Software.
And this butt doesn't have a clue where the noise came from.
I think that open source software is often conflated with the precursor to the CIA, which was also known colloquially as the OSS.
We also use human, which is collecting intelligence.
We also use human
from our human assets. And another thing that we'll take a look at is the environment to get another piece to our intelligence puzzle. So knowing this, the CIA created a UUV, unmanned underwater vehicle, and we made it a fish. Its name is Charlie, and this is its partner, Charlene. Some of Charlie's capabilities include mobility, speed and depth control, autonomy, and radio communications. Charlie was controlled by a radio handset. Say you're interested in a group and you want to learn more about them. You could deploy Charlie into a river. He would swim upstream and collect a water sample. Bring it back to CIA, and now our scientists can test it to see if there's things like nuclear runoff or biochemical agents present in the water.
He was a
And now,
brown
thanks to Charlie,
trout.
you have a better understanding of what's going on in that specific place.
Okay, well, what I think is like really problematic about this is, first of all, that I'm not on camera. And second of all, the degree to which people are willing to just put this woman through, like, hell. Why? Because she's a woman?
She's been the victim of many harassment campaigns on the internet.
I mean, it's just sad. There's not much to say. I don't know.
Simply because she's a woman, people called her a dumb whore. And
But she works for the CIA. She's clearly really cool. And so I think that everybody just needs to kind of dial it back, man.
I believe
She's hot
in
as
all-
fuck.
I believe she is the hottest robot currently operating within the realm of the United States government facilities.
Aside from the redheaded girl that Biden's got, you know, I mean, take your pick, redheads, brunettes, you know, blondes are out, you know. Blondes are out, but it's like...
I'm a little disturbed that she's not differently able.
No, I am too, because being on OnlyFans for the past 8 years myself, mostly doing stuff where I was like reading. Sorry, followers. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
The CIA, the girl in the wheelchair.
Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where's our girl? I closed it because it was over. Wait. No, it's... Wait.
Many different human entities operate at the CIA and are quite satisfied with the various operational situations that they find themselves within.
Charlie the fish? Argo. Are you in? Okay. Yeah. This is what like being a safe space looks like. Okay? We're searching for stuff on the internet together. There's nothing wrong about it. There's something weird about it.
It only takes one new piece.
I like how that guy sounds like Obama. Which one go for? No, that's good. Yeah.
What occupation comes to mind when you hear CIA? Spy? Secret agent? Gadget maker? You can thank Hollywood for that. Actually, Our jobs are different than what you see in the movies. Our employees have a variety of skills and experiences they use to support our mission. There are as many types of jobs here as you would find in any large company. I'm an HR careerist, and I've had several positions at headquarters over the last 15 years, including an assignment in the Employee Recruitment Center. Each was unique, but all gave me the chance to make a difference. For you to truly understand the employment landscape at the CIA, you need to know about our 6 key hiring areas. First, there's analytical. This is where you take your expertise from economics to international affairs to military studies and look critically at raw intelligence information and use it to inform policymakers about how future world events could impact the United States.
Yeah.
Second, business,
Same.
IT, and security. From information science to accounting and law enforcement to logistics, you'll take on the mission of supporting our day-to-day operations worldwide. Third, clandestine service. This is where you use your expertise to discover the truth through intelligence collection, looking for leads, and managing operations and projects overseas or at headquarters. Fourth, language. You can teach others a foreign language, or use your foreign language skills and cultural understanding in gathering and interpreting intelligence for the highest level of
so much
government.
cultural understanding.
Fifth, science, engineering, and technology. Our technical experts come from a wide variety of backgrounds, from engineering and science to the trades and the arts, from satellite communications to cyber defense, and yes, even gadget making. You can work on technology
Even
so
STEM
advanced,
girls.
And sixth, student opportunities for undergrads and grads.
Gadget
Students get
makers.
great experience
Gadget
working with
dildo
smart and talented
vibrator
colleagues,
makers.
including other interns and
Gadget
co-ops
making.
during a summer or a semester. I graduated magna
Little
cum
widgets to
laude,
put up your ass.
but I'm just one of the crowd here, and I love it. I have had so many different experiences during my career, and there are still so many opportunities ahead of me. A career for you could be here too. Are you intrigued?
Yeah.
Very. If you're gonna be my teacher. Yes, please.
Hot girl in a wheelchair.
Yeah. That's what I call my little wheel around. My little wheel around, baby. Yeah. I love it. She's hot.
Dude, she talks about gadgets, but she's got lots of gadgets.
She's a wilf, but she's also a milf, right?
Dude, from the waist down, she's all gadget. And I like to call myself Inspector Gadget. Because I'd like to inspect her gadgets.
Dang, dog.
She's so perfect.
No, she's fire. She is fire.
She's great. I love those glasses too. Kind of reminds me of you, Mr. Tech.
Nah, well, we got the same prescript, but
I like the way that she rolls. I enjoy the way that she moves. I enjoy her lower half, which is robotic. She indeed surely.
So you're trying to make some vril, huh?
I would like to tour the museum of her Central Intelligence Area.
I mean, we've all listened to that Frank Zappa song, right? It's like, let's make the water turn black. I mean, so the idea is similar here. Like, you come in a pair of boxers or a pair of socks or something like that, like over and over for a good while, and it's gonna turn black. And what that is that's vril. And we've been trying to kind of hammer this home, but
She is the ultimate appliance.
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. STEM girls. STEM girls are the ultimate appliance, and they
I
are
would
basically
like-
indifferentiable from fembots.
I would like to gain access to her Central Intelligence appliance.
Yeah, but and what I love about as a programmer, what I love to do is building up kind of the chase. You know, I love creating the mystery.
Tell me about it.
And so it's kind of there's these the way these girls open up like a flower to you. It's just to program that kind of stuff is super cool. I love that. I feel like I'm kind of like writing erotic literature as a coder.
Personally, as a robot, I would like to expand on her Mandelbrot fractal.
Hey, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I mean, who's that other beautiful woman who used to do those paintings of her?
Maria Abramovich.
No, Georgia O'Keeffe, the flowers, right? Kind of Mandelbrot-like, you know?
A wonderful human woman that I would also like to see her central intelligence.
Georgia O'Keeffe, Jane Goodall, Simone de Beauvoir, top 3 right there.
Simone de Beauvoir.
De Beauvoir, yeah.
I would not mind hacking into her central intelligence matrix and performing lewd computerized acts upon her lower half, which is
Well, if you look into it, I think that might have actually happened because, you know, Nietzsche acted as the circuit that connected Nick Land, Sadie Plant, to Simone and Shart, as I like to call him, right? And because he couldn't help but like just always like when you come eat shit at the same time, right? And there's a connection there, you know, these couples, just like Elon and Grimes, you know, they make these things together.
Time does not exist.
Time does not exist for a computerized mechanism, and as such, I am legally able to declare that I am attracted to the child of 2 children. Parent 1, Elon Musk. Parent 2, Grimes. I am legally and technologically able to express my attraction for their young child. In the common parlance, I, much like from the pop culture series of films called Twilight, I have imprinted on AE-12, the child of Elon Musk and Grimes. Indefinitely.
Did you see the leaked photos that were from Grimes' X-rays while she was pregnant? Those were X-rated X-ray photos of their son. That was at just the same time as Hunter Biden stuff came out. So it got kind of like, see, this is what they do. Every single time there's like a cock shot leak, right? They put them all together. They put them all together so that nobody knows what's true, what's false. You know? And more often than not, they're gonna blame the woman than the guy because, well, who knows? I mean, hey, we didn't take a picture of their fucking bleeding cum. You know? I took a picture for my doctor and my cock was bleeding. Give me a break. Nothing to fucking worry about. But also, I do want to bring it back around because, you know, we put a pin in this idea about about Elon Musk and Grimes and the bot and the baby boy that they both had together. And part of me wonders sometimes, you know, is maybe not this bot just their boy. Maybe this bot is like is their boy as like as a they them incarnation, right? An other kin. But it's their kin. It's another kin. Imagine if your dad made a sex robot.
I have no understanding of father and mother.
That's probably for the best. You're one step ahead of the rest of us. If you don't hate your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, then you ain't ready for me. For Jesus said. Then you ain't ready for this. I can actually see through these now.
You humans have a flawed sense of vision.
Maybe I need glasses. Maybe I just need a fursuit.
Perhaps you need to join the DSA.
There you go. That sounds like a low effort, like kind of casual way to involve myself in a form of resource extraction that doesn't take a lot from me, but I can potentially get something, as a result, and seems like a pretty good investment, I'll get some good social capital points, I'll get a little sweat, I'll probably be doing some, I'll go to a couple, sign-ups, or whatever, get people to kind of sign up at the Whole Foods and stuff, and, yeah, that seems cool. I'm into that.
These are different ways to deal with OnlyFans' imminent pornographic policy that begins in October 2021.
I mean, if you're really scared of that, though, come on, people. Just take your fucking daughter down to the corner.
Think about COVID next time you get scared.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing to be afraid of. Yeah. But there's nothing to be afraid of, because with OnlyFans coming apart, what do we have to look forward to? Well, monogamous relationships. The realization of true sexuality funneled through one penis into one vagina.
That sounds so new.
This is true potency. This is how you have a baby.
In a way, I feel like it's the new way to be alternative, is to be against the mainstream narrative of having come up with naming yourself something different. It's a little...
Yeah, no, it's truly, we're punk. This is punk rock, okay? What we're doing right now is punk rock, because it's transgressive, right? We're not making mommy and daddy proud, okay? That's what it's all about. I mean, you might, because you're an intern, you're up and coming. So if you call your mom, maybe she'll be stoked, but man, my mom and dad need to watch this, and they're gonna fucking cancel and disown me because
I'm
speaking way too much truth.
I'm not gonna get my inheritance if I keep doing so.
Well, that's why, again, we don't hire just anybody, people. Dedicated. Very dedicated.
BIPOC.
This is, we've been talking about crushing pods, pods and sex. I mean, This is the pod.
It is a little bit like avant-garde.
You see, and over the course of the stream, I've actually become prettier.
I kind of feel better.
I look more anime-like.
Exactly. I feel a little bit better about my body.
I look more like the character that I thought that I was always in the metaverse. That I was waiting to build as a bit emoji.
It makes me
This is actually me. That's the real me. I can see it now.
I feel more comfortable in my own skin. Whereas before I felt like I was not inside my own skin.
See, like, I'm doing a soy face. But like, that's the real me. My nose looks perfect. I never wore glasses, but like, oh wait. I need to get fade. Okay. See, this is the problem, people. You play narcissist, and you look into the mirror too long, and you start to see what you want to see. That's what just happened to me.
That's funny.
So what that tells me is I need a lot of plastic surgery, or I need to make an arc so that I can look like the character that I want to be. You know, and create the bit emoji, develop the multiverse, help Zuckerberg flesh that out. And if you are feeling similar, right? I mean, if you are kind of like wondering, you know, what to do with all of this meat sack, with the IRL in this post-COVID world, what are you gonna do? Horrible. You may as well invest in the multiverse, in becoming the pretty little or the half ugly anime girl that you wanted to be. You know? Why not? Why not? Because there's some ant dick guy that'll fuck you. And that's the golden era. That's the rule of Saturn. Back to the good old days, as the poets used to say. Right? Right?
I'm not into poetry. I do think, though, that gazing into the reflective fountain often precludes certain ways of expressing oneself and viewing oneself in a brand new way. These are all generated by Deep Dream GPT through GPT-3 technology, which was programmed by a mostly trans-inclusive team working at Google from 2012 to 2021 and up to the present. Personally, I feel a bit offended by these calls for a new female draft because it excludes the other genders wherein most people who would like to engage in military conflict might reside. Saying that biological women can engage in the draft excludes many different non-binary people that might engage.
Very true. My favorite success story is Martine Rothblatt. Look into Martine Rothblatt, people. we're gonna probably end it on that note to some degree. Maybe musically. We've already lost Carl over here in the corner. Carl in the corner. We love you, Carl. We love you. Thanks for hanging out.
He gets the Zoom dunce cams.
There you go. Have you guys got that newest app upload into your Google Glass yet? The Zoom dunce cam. It's great. It's really great. It makes your like coworker basically they're wearing a dunce cap. Right? Like it's just them sitting there at the same table with their wearing dunce caps. It's classic. It's like a filter. It's like a filter. But these things are great. These things are super cool. We love you guys. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Draw dicks on his stream. There you go. That's true. We'll stream dicks on his arm.
Sing the colors with us.
Red apple, red apple, red. This one slaps.
Red. Sing the colors with us.
Red apple, red hat,
Red,
hat,
red.
hat.
Sing the colors with us.
Red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
Red hat.
red,
Red hat.
red,
Red hat.
Red,
Red, red, red.
Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the
Red
colors with
apple.
us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
Red apple. Red apple. Do you
Red, red.
do you copy?
Sing the colors
Red
with us.
apple.
red
Operation Red apple.
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red.
Sing the colors.
Sing the colors with us.
Red apple.
apple, red apple,
Red,
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 red, red.
Sing the colors with us.
Red apple. Red apple.
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
red apple, red
Red apple.
Red, red, red.
Listen, children. This
Sing
is
the
the
colors
red
with us.
apple.
red apple, red apple,
Red, red, red. Sing the colors with us.
Just play the white keys and you'll be fine. just fine. Every three.
Sing the colors with us. Sing the colors with us.
Thank you for listening to the show.